Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of 10 Minutes with a Trainer. Sorry that I haven't gotten to you guys in like over a week. I was trying to plan on doing videos like every week, but last week was kind of crazy, and obviously that's just an excuse. I definitely should have made one, but I was moving and getting a new car and doing a lot of different things, so I didn't make the time. I didn't prioritize the time. But they're going to be back on. You can count on it. Now, here's the deal. What the video about today? The video is about talking ourselves out of goals. That's what I want to talk about today. I realized that one of the biggest problems that I see that we can face, and one of the things we need to learn how to do, is learn how to talk ourselves into doing the things we want to do instead of talking ourselves out of it. And so what I mean by that is, it's pretty simple. Like, I'm using it as an example today because today was, typical long day, working all day. Didn't really have time to eat the food the way that I want to eat it. And I could have easily just talked myself out, which I almost did, going to the gym. And so it's a symbolic thing that I want to talk about. And it seems you could make it seem like a small deal, like, oh, it's just one day of going to the gym or whatnot. But in the grand scheme of things, if we get used to talking ourselves out of those small things, they add up. And so it's just a reality because we have to look at it like that. Like, all right, one day, I missed one day, but if I would have talked myself into going to the gym, that would have been one day up. So how many days out of the year do I want to have days where I talk myself out of something? So I see that, like, successful people, what they do is they have a mechanism in their brain that's more designed to or more structured to talk them into doing stuff, to the point where they don't really have to think about it as much. It's more second nature. So I think that's one of the most important things that we can do, and what I see that makes me successful in the gym, or has led to some failures in the gym or other areas of life. But this channel is about fitness, but this applies to any area of life. So what I'm saying is, when you're sitting in the car like I am right now, the gym is right there. You don't even need a gym to work out, but that's a whole nother thing. That's another thing. You say, oh, well, if I don't have time to go to the gym, well, maybe I could get a workout in, like, at home. Or maybe I could get a workout in, maybe in the parking lot, like right after the office or something. So you don't have to say, like, no, I have to drive to the gym. Then I have to change, take a shower. You know what? I'm just not going to go today. That's going to add up. And that's the reality. Goes the same thing like saving money or whatever else. Like, saving money is a good example because it's easy to measure. You're like, oh, you know what, let me just buy this thing, or let me just go out to this restaurant. Like, oh, one meal is not going to hurt me. That could be true if it's really just one meal, but what I'm saying is the habit of doing that, which most of us have that habit when we're not in a successful point in our life, where you're like, all right, let me just do this. You add up that restaurant that you go to once in a while, and you're like, all right, there's $30 there, $40 here. Look at your finances at the end of the year. Look at it. Multiply all those times you went out to eat. That thing's going to add up to probably a good chunk of money you wish you had. I'm not saying you're going to, like, always go to the gym, 6 days a week, or you're going to, like, save every dollar that you have, but try to make it a habit so that it's mostly what you do. That's what I've been trying to do, and I have found success in. So there's a whole thing with the 80-20 rule that a lot of successful people talk about, where it's like 80% of the time, you want to do the right thing. So, but essentially, what you need to do is try to figure out a way to continuously talk yourself into doing the right stuff. So if you're in the parking lot like I am, instead of, like, when I was finishing my last, bit of work, I was like, oh, you know what, those thoughts start coming in. Oh, I haven't really eaten today. I haven't this, I haven't that. It starts going down that road. So when we train ourselves to stop that type of thinking, or at least be okay with that type of thinking, that's the key. A lot of people are way too much into listening to their first thought. Oh, don't go to the gym. Of course your brain's gonna tell you to go home and watch Netflix. Obviously, like, that's the more comfortable, easier thing to do. But what successful people do, and what I see that they do, is they just get used to doing the thing that hurts. Do the difficult thing. Like I've heard some famous YouTubers talking about. Elliot Hull says that. Do the difficult thing. I think that was a quote by Waldo Emerson. But basically, get used to doing the thing that's harder, and then ultimately it's going to result in a better result, a better life, a higher quality of life. That's something that I've been trying to do, guys. And let me tell you, I didn't always do this type of stuff. It's something that I learned. That's why I feel like it's important to listen to the message that I'm saying, and I'm trying to say it in a simple way for people to understand. So when I'm thinking about what my next 10-minute with a trainer is going to be, I'm thinking, what's the most important thing? What's the thing that we all do that we need a little 10-minute pep talk from somebody who's been through it and has seen success, doing it the other way. And it doesn't mean that you attain the highest level of success, but when you do it consistently for a certain period of time, you start to see the fruits of that labor, and it's motivating as hell, man, because you're like, all right, I finally started making it a habit to say, talk myself into doing the right thing, instead of saying, oh, I'm just going to go to Denny's or whatever, or I'm going to go to IHOP, or I'm going to go to McDonald's. Like, no, like, I know I want that. That was the first thought. Duh. Like, obviously you want to eat freaking French fries or pizza or go home and drink some wine, which you can still do after your workout. But some of the stuff you really shouldn't do in the grand scheme of things. You can have it once in a while, but just ask yourself, what do I really want? Do I really want that body? Do I just want to get fit? Do I want to just lose 10 pounds to be able to go to the beach or whatever? Or do I really want to get that crazy body that I've been seeing people have on Instagram or on whatever social media that you've seen or on the internet? Do I want that body? Because that body. Or do I want to be a millionaire or a billionaire? Or do I just want to have a little bit of money in savings? Decide what you want. Because if you really want that upper goal, it's a habit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do it regularly. You gotta talk yourself into doing the right thing. Okay? So what the whole moral of this talk, today's episode, is that be aware that your brain is gonna try to get you into the more comfortable thing. All right? And the more comfortable thing is a lot of times actually not even the more comfortable thing. It seems that way because when you go home and sit down and watch Netflix, or you do whatever else you do instead of doing the other thing, right? I'm talking about when you do it instead of. You could do it afterwards, which is another cool thing. But if you do it instead of, it's going to end up hurting you in the long run. So it ends up being harder on you because you're going to be depressed that you didn't make the other choice. You're going to be, beating yourself up about it. You're not going to be happy with the way you look and feel. So ultimately, at the end of the day, the easier thing is the harder thing. All right? I'm serious. You got to think about it like this. All right? Oh, nah, you know what? I'm good. I've had a lot of people say, nah, I'm not working out today, man. I worked all day today. Okay, I get it. You worked out all day. You worked all day. But a workout has so many benefits that ultimately it's going to end up helping you. It's not going to hurt you. So when you work out properly, which is another part of this channel, is for you to get the right help. Make sure you have somebody who's a trainer or somebody, because you don't just want to go to the gym and do random stuff and then you go and hurt yourself. That might be what you might want to go have an alternative for. But ultimately, if you learn how to do the right stuff, you should always make the choice to do the right thing. So remember that. Today is about talking yourself into it. Be prepared for that voice in your head that's going to tell you to go home and watch something, or go home and do something else, or go just relax. But you're going to be ready for it and have a plan of action, have a new thought current that's ready to come after that. There's a, no. I know what you're trying to do to me, brain. I know what you're trying to do. I'm good. I'm going to the gym. And you know what? It might not be that easy at first. I had to talk myself into going to the gym like 20 times today. My brain kept saying, nah, you know what? You haven't had enough protein. You haven't had enough calories. Like, you're tired. You've been working out 6 days a week for a few weeks now. You could have 2 days off of rest. I'm telling you, I almost fell into it. But because I've trained myself recently, I'm here and I'm going to work out. So that's what I'm saying. Get good at being prepared, talking yourself into the right thing, and be aware that that's just a natural mechanism to push you into the more comfort. You don't have to listen to it. And remember that sometimes the easy route is actually the harder route, because it ends up hurting you in the long run. Guys, thank you so much for watching today. I really hope you appreciate what I'm doing. I'm really just trying to get this information out there because, personal training is really expensive, and I know this can be very valuable, and I want people to be able to experience you know, what they would normally pay for free. So please like, comment, you know, share this stuff. I need to get it out there. I really want to make this, you know, a big part of my career, you know, so I want to be able to focus on it. And the more support that I get, the better that I can do that for you guys. So thank you so much for watching.